of Asexualized, My Asexual Life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit the great big subscribe button down below. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as we go along. Thank you so much, Michael, for joining me. Really appreciate that. So if you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, founder of asexualise.com, founder of Asexualise Academy, and also the author of Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories. So in tonight's episode, I'm talking about dealing with difficult times because sadly Angel has got to go and have another operation. So if you don't know who Angel is, if you've just tuned in, Angel is my guinea pig. She's my furry kid daughter. And to cut a long story short, last year she went blind within about 10 days and she was diagnosed with diabetes. I have a fear of needles and blood, so I can't inject her, and she has to be injected twice a day, so she lives with my mum and dad. They take really good care of her. They were used to looking after her when I went on holiday anyway, but then my mum is diabetic, so she's used to injecting herself. So but I still get the needles, I still get the insulin, I still, pay for her insurance to pay for all that treatment. So, her medical stuff's still on me. And, I love her to bits. So I went over a few days ago to my parents, not very long ago, 2 days ago, and I noticed while I was, because I like brushing her fur and stuff, and I like making sure she's okay, because I usually clip her nails and things like that, so I still go over there and take care of her. So when I was feeling through her fur, I found a lump. Now, I have been having guinea pigs in my own home here. Angel was in my own home till last year, since end of 2011, and sadly nearly all of the pets I've had in that time, they've all had to go to the vets. They've all had usually quite big problems. They've all had to usually have major operations. And so, yeah, it's kind of quite traumatic to keep having that. But I'm like, it's kind of like trauma I've got used to, but it still doesn't help because it's still traumatic. And I'm very good at finding lumps. I'm kind of like got 6 years experience of finding lumps. It's kind of like I sometimes think maybe I should find a job at finding lumps on animals so I can save them so they can live longer, because that's the only positive thing I can take from it, is that I can find these things, because my mum says she would never have found it because her hair's very thick at the back. So I found this lump on Angel, and it's black, which isn't a good sign because black can be a sign of cancer, but she has dark skin, dark fur underneath, so it might just be the pigment in her skin that's making it black. So anyway, so the vet, when he saw it today, he was surprised. He said that's come up so quickly. It's actually, he said it's big. He said actually it's massive with the amount of, where it's actually attached to, and that it will definitely need to be taken off. There's no question about it. He said it's not urgent, but it will need it. Like it doesn't need to be done tomorrow. And it's really near her backbones. But he was really happy that I found it, because he said it's sprung up really quickly, which obviously is not a good sign. And he said to me, if you find any more lumps, tell me and I'll take them off. So that's kind of like a compliment to me for being good at finding these things. But obviously it's not nice when you keep finding things like that, because she was operated on the 15th of November 2018. She had ovarian cysts removed. One was the size of a golf ball. So she had surgery all the way from her belly all the way up to her chest. That was a major operation. Then she got a light lump come up on her after her operation. Well, she actually had a bit of bleeding a few days after the operation. And I lost Chestnut, who had the same operation. She died and I was grieving for 2 months. So, because she bled to death. Her heart actually stopped beating when he opened her back up and couldn't find out where she was bleeding from. So that was really horrific because I had 2 guinea pigs going from the same op. And it's really weird because last year, Chestnut had a lump removed from her back, which is about June last year. So this is kind of like deja vu again. But with Chestnut, with that operation, she came out very, very quickly of it. But obviously she didn't have diabetes. My Angel has, so she's got further complications. So from her last operation, she took an hour to recover. So they're, with diabetes, they've also got to monitor her blood sugar, because last time Her blood sugar was thrown completely out, and her glucose went so low it was dangerous. They had to give her a shot of glucose afterwards, and she had to be off medication for 10 days. And then she had 5 weeks where we were trying to get her blood sugar back to the right levels and the insulin right. So and you know, that all costs money. So it's backwards and forwards to the vets. I mean, that was insured, but she's only got so much insurance left for diabetes. They won't insure it anymore after a certain amount of money. So this operation's covered under this year's insurance. Diabetes covered over last year's insurance. So it's kind of really, really difficult, because obviously I am worried about what, you know, with Chestnut, what happened with Chestnut. So I've insisted that the head vet do it this time. I do not want that guy doing it again. I said to the vet, I only want it done if she can have it done in the morning and with you. I said it because the vet was sick himself last year, in and out of hospital. So I said, if you are poorly, you ring me up and I will schedule a different time for you to do it, because I'm not having someone else doing it, you know, because I don't want that guy doing it again, because I don't think he's experienced. To me, it seems like he's just come out of university and he's had some experience at Bristol Medical Centre or whatever, for a veterinary centre, because obviously it's pets. So, you know, I know everyone's got to learn, but I don't want my guinea pigs to be used as guinea pigs anymore. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm not. So, yeah, the head vet still do it. So she's going in next Wednesday at 10 a.m. So, but he said it's got to come off, and he's going to do a biopsy to find out whether it's cancer, tumour or cyst. Hopefully it's just a cyst. But obviously all the guinea pigs I've had, they've never had the colour of it be black before. So, I'm praying it's just a pigment in her skin and that it gets it all out. But it is like attached to her bones pretty much. She's going to have to cut, you know, really close to the bone. So it's going to be a delicate operation. He said he's never lost a guinea pig actually in surgery yet. So, you know, I have had guinea pigs that have died after surgery, though, more than one. So it's you know, shortly after as well. So it's not good. But, you know, there's nothing I can do, because if I leave it, you know, if it's cancer, obviously she'll die anyway. And if it doesn't get seen to, it'll just grow bigger and bigger, and it's already attached to her back, and he already says it's quite massive, it must have come up quickly. Well, my mum bathed her 2.5 weeks ago. 17, you know, it's on the 17th, so it's just the 1st of March now, and it's 17th of February that she bathed her, and she says she didn't see it, but she said she, you know, she probably would have found it because she bathed her. And then I brushed her last week, and then this week is when I found it, so it has come up very quickly. So obviously the vet said, you know, we could delay it, but there's not much point because it has to come off. So, you know, because in herself there's nothing wrong with her, she's just, you know, going around a cage, eating, drinking, doing all the usual stuff that she does. She's not actually affected by it at this point in time, you know. And with what happened with Chestnut, it's difficult, but I haven't really got, you know, the only choice really is she's got to have it removed. I mean, obviously if it does turn out to be cancerous, it has to be removed, because she'll just die anyway, because it'll get spread to other parts of her body. And so it's very imperative that she has the operation, and it's tough. It's tough on me, you know. You know how I know you really kindly supported me on this channel through that grieving process. It was very, very difficult. I got very, very sick, and this is obviously not going to do my health any good, you know, worrying about her. But it has to be done. It's unfortunate that, you know, like, it's not long after her other surgery, but Chestnut did pull through it very quickly, and my insurance company said she's a fighter. With all the ailments she's got, she's a fighter, so she should hopefully be okay. So I'm praying that she'll be okay. And, you know, one of my friends, because entrepreneur friends, I'm very good friends with her online, and she was saying to me, Sandra, don't you ever get tired, like, of all the pets that you've had sick, and, you know, like, when things don't go quite right in your life? And I'm like, sometimes I wish I'd got a break, you know. I wish that sometimes this type of stuff was postponed, that I had a little break from all, like, kind of this trauma and stuff. I said, but, you know, I said that, because she wasn't just on about that, she was on about other things in life. I said, but, you know, I'm very tough. I'm a tough cookie, and I can look after myself, you know, really well overall. And, you know, I'm glad I have had pets and still got Angel, you know, even though I've had such trauma with all my pets from all the operations I've been and backwards and forwards to the vets for over 6 years. I am still happy that I've had them. You know, I wouldn't ever have been without them or ever be without them. But having said that, you know, I'm not planning on getting any more guinea pigs or pets for the foreseeable future. I'll just keep Chestnut and that'll be it, you know. And if I don't have Chestnut, then I won't get any more pets for the foreseeable future, because, you know, I think it's better for me to have a break and concentrate on my finances, and, you know, and I'm not in a position to have any more pets, you know. But I still want Angel to live. I still want Angel to be alive. I still want Angel to pull through. And I hope she does, you know. She's a beautiful little guinea pig. She's happy in her life. She's, you know, eats low. She's put on weight as well, which is a really good sign. He tested her heart and she's really, really strong. But I just wanted to give you some encouragement that, you know, when you have a lot of trauma and you have consistent things go wrong in your life, you know, I said to my friend, I said, I'm still happy. You know, I lived like a teenager. I'm still happy with my life, despite all the things that go on, all this trauma, all the grief I had last year. Because she's like, oh, you've got problems and hardship again, you know, like that, you know, hard times again. And I'm like, yeah, I have got hard times again. Because, you know, to go through all that trauma, I mean, I've only just got over it in January, really, as you know. So it's been, you know, it's like, now this has cropped up, you know, there's nothing I can do but deal with it. But yeah, it does make me sad. Yeah, I do cry sometimes because it's hard, you know, it's like deja vu again. But it's like, oh, at least it's not internal, it's more external because it's on her back. So, and I have, you know, caught it hopefully in time if it is anything bad. So, you know, he said she's only young as well. She's only just 2.5, so just over 2.5. So he said as she's young as well, it's good. But I just want you to know, you know, if you are dealing with difficult times and hard times, you can still see the positive. I still see the positives in life, you know. I still I'm really happy. I live like a teenager. I'm really blessed to live in my own flat, to be able to take care of myself. I am very, very tough and strong person, even though I'm very, very emotional. Some people can see emotion as weak. I don't see emotions as weak. I see emotions as a very powerful thing, and I see emotions as who you really are, you know. I'm a very emotional, sensitive person, but I'm also super strong at the same time. And, you know, yes, sometimes I'd like a break to just like, for 1 minute, can I not have any trauma? Which sometimes does happen, but not really. There's always sort of something in my life where I'm like, this is hard. But, you know, it's kind of like you get used to it. And if I look back at my life when I was depressed, I would have thought very differently. I would have thought, what's the point? I keep getting all this aggro, all this pain in my life. What? It isn't worth it. But I don't think like that anymore. That's a negative, glass empty mindset. The glass full mindset is, you know, I'm a glass overflowing girl these days, you know. If you know what that type of analogy is, you know, glass overflowing means I'm full of life, you know. I love my life. I realise that people aren't even alive anymore in this world. I'm blessed. I'm alive, you know. I've got a roof over my head. I've got food in my belly. I've got a guinea pig still. I've got my parents, which I love. You know, it's my mum's birthday on Monday, and I'm going over to see Angel again on Monday, and you know, and I've got good asexual friends now. I do this channel, so I get to connect with asexuals all around the globe. I get to help people in my life. Yeah, I'm not financially well off, but, you know, my financial situation could be improved, but that doesn't matter, you know. Finances are not the be-all and end-all of life. They don't, you know, they don't make ultimate happiness. I'd rather have my Angel here, and I'd rather have my friends and care. And obviously I still need money coming in to have a roof over my head, so I'm still working on other business projects at the moment. But yeah, you know, so if you are going through hard times, just, you know that they'll pass, know that you can be fine. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. It's been lovely to speak to you. I know that you'll probably wish Angel well for her operation on Wednesday. So what we can do is just keep up the good vibes and pray that everything will be all right. And it was really nice because my entrepreneur friend, when I told her, you know, I'm like, well, I'm still happy girl, you know, despite what happens in my life, all the problems. Milo, my dog, birthday was yesterday. Oh, Heather, happy birthday to your dog. That's lovely. That's really good. Happy birthday to your doggy. You know, my friend, when I said that, you know, I'm still happy, I live like a teenager, I still love life, you know, despite all the stuff that, you know, the issues that come up, and I am tough. She goes, oh, you know, that's just you. That's great. It's the way, you know, it's awesome the way you are. Basically, she didn't say those words. She said something like that. That it's good that you think that way, basically, and that's your attitude. And it is. You have to be really positive in this life, because you can easily slip into depression. You know, like when I was at the asexual meetup, you know, there's people there who suffer with depression, and I've cleared myself of depression. I don't have that anymore. But I know what it was like to have depression. 2 years old, I called him my toddler. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, you have to post a pic. I want to see him now. And I've forgotten what I was going to say now. What was I talking about? I'm terrible when I'm off on one like this. But I was trying to, I don't know what I was saying, but I was basically trying to say that, yeah, I was saying that at an asexual meetup, there's a guy there who suffers really bad depression. And he was saying about the world, and it's really weird because when I suffer with depression, I used to also have that view of the world. It's the view of the world where, why would I want to bring a child in? So I don't want children. But I still don't want children, but it's not because I don't want to bring them into the world, especially because I don't physically want kids, and I want to make my mark on the world in my own right. And then, yeah, happy birthday to your doggy. And also, you know, he looks in the world that, like, you know, mankind's ripping itself apart and everything like that. But you can focus on that, but your life is all based on what you focus on. I don't focus on all the hatred and all goat geese. Oh, hello, it's nice to see you. Wow, nice to see you. You don't usually catch my live streams. You know, his mindset is one of depression, and I used to be in that state years ago, so I know what it feels like. His thing is like, man, yes, it is you. Woohoo! I haven't seen you for ages. It's my friend from Skype. He's Ace. Yeah. So yeah, it's really good. So when we were at the last meetup, and he was talking about how he sees the world, that mankind are ripping each other apart and all the rest of it. I do get where he's coming from, but I don't pay attention to that stuff anymore. Like, that's that's obviously a depressed mind. That's how I used to think, but I don't think that. I feel so much different. So I think, yes, all this horrible stuff goes on in the world, the rape, the murders, the really nasty, abusive stuff. But where I focus on that or not, it's still going to happen, sadly. And if I just focus on that all the time, you know, life, it'd be pointless. It'd be horrible, hurtful, and, you know, so I don't focus on that. I focus on all the good stuff, you know, on the people that are kind, on the people that are caring, on the people that making a difference in the world, people that are going to, like, I've got a friend who watches his channel, and he goes to a hospice regularly to help out, you know. That's really kind of him. That's a good person. He's doing good work, you know. And I focus on people who want to change their lives. I focus on beauty. I focus on you know, like good, you know, like innocent movies. You know, I hate movies with sex in them, so I focus on movies that are fun and kid-like and action-packed and make me feel like a superhero in my own right. I focus on really, really good stuff, and I kind of block out all that other stuff because I know it goes on, but I don't need it shoved in my face, because why would I? It's just going to make me sad, upset and in pain. I don't watch the news, because if I watch the news, then it makes me feel really bad. So I personally don't watch TV or the news. Sometimes I should collect pictures of animals if I can't own them. Well, it's up to you, Heather. You know, I actually think, you know, it depends. It can be upsetting if people don't own animals, but they want to. Maybe they want to have pictures of animals, but maybe it'll be too upsetting for them, because it'll be like, what are they missing? And they'd rather focus on other things. Like, you know, I have got still a picture of guinea pigs up, which, like, the card my dad made me for Christmas. I've still kept that up, but, you know, and I've still got Angel in my life at the moment. I hope she'll stay in my life, fingers crossed for Wednesday when she has her op. But, you know, sometimes if I focus too much on guinea pigs, it's like, obviously it's what I did lose chestnut lashes. That can be a bit upsetting for me. So it's better I focus on my life now, you know. It's very good to be in the present. And this year I'm very much focused on my career, and I've lagged a bit recently, you know, I've gone back into a bit of old habits. So, you know, I've got to get back into, like, this weekend I'm going to be completely zoning out doing my work that I'm doing, because obviously Monday I'm seeing Angel, Wednesday's the operation. So, you know, you have to prioritize, and you also have to systemize, and you also have to, like, live in the now as well, you know, like, there isn't anything more I can do for Angel, you know. I'm doing the best I can. I don't want her to have the op in the sense that she could die like Chestnut did, and I don't, or die in any way, you know. I don't want that. But at the end of the day, she doesn't have the operation, she could die anyway if that lump is cancerous, for example, or if it gets bigger and overtakes her organs or other things. So, you know, my choice is I either prolong the agony, in which case she could die anyway, and probably, you know, it's not going to end well, or I can just get her in, and when her heart is really healthy, her weight's really healthy, she's put enough weight, you know, she was 1.16 kilograms, now she's 1.21, which is quite big for a guinea pig, and, you know, and she's still young, so it's better to get her in now, you know, and potentially save her life, you know. So I have to look at the positives. That Sandra, you know, you've got to, I'm consciously aware I have to make the decision to put her under anaesthetic again, and it is still risky, but you know, it's better to do that than leave it. And then, you know, if it's cancerous, it has to come out, otherwise she would die anyway, you know, and I won't know that till the biopsy, and it's black, so it's got to come off. So, and I, you know, I thank God that I'm good at finding lumps, even though it's kind of hard in a way, because it's like, oh, I'm finding them again. You know, you get, you know, when, like, some people would say, you know, think that some people are paranoid. I'm not actually paranoid, because I actually do find the lumps, if you know what I mean. But it kind of is weird on the mind. It's like quite strain on the mind, because it's like I instinctively know things about my pets. I'm very in tune with guinea pigs. It's like I know when something's wrong with them usually, and I just instinctively can find things that's wrong with them. You know, I've been to the vets before for ailment, and they've ended up being ill over something else. I've been to a vet's, like, with 2 guinea pigs. One kept the other one company. The one that he saw was okay at the time. The other one actually picked him up just to have a check over. He did it for free for me sometimes, and found a lump, and then they've got to be operated on. So it's really weird how life works out. But the most important thing to do is to stay positive, you know. Like, I look at all the positive stuff in my life. I look at the fact I'm living, I'm breathing, you know, I have a wonderful place here that I'm really happy. I don't, you know, at the moment I'm not in an employed job, but I'm not being bullied at the same time, because I've had 5 years of bullying from a guy in my old job, so I'm free of him now. You know, I'm able to go in the sunshine when other people are working a 9-to-5 job, so that's a positive thing at the moment, although a lot of the time I'm work through the night and sleep in the day, so I don't always get to see the sun. But you know, it's like I'm alive, living and breathing, and you have to take that view, because if you don't, you will go into the sort of depressed state, and I will make sure I'm never in that state again. Obviously, when you're around people that are depressed as well, you kind of like absorb a little bit of that if you're not careful. So I have to just think that's my old mindset. I get where he's coming from, but, you know, if everyone thought like humanity's destroying themselves, which I understand where he's coming from, but then you'd never do anything. You'd never see any good in the world, and I see a lot of good in the world, you know. I see people taking care of sick people. I see people taking care of sick animals. I see people who love each other. I see people who are kind and caring. I see people who offer a hand to each other. And if I don't see it, then I try and be that person myself more, you know. So I create my own world. I think in life it's really important to create your own little world. Like, I like goats or geese. I like to create my own what I call World of Quirky. So that's one of my brand names, actually, worldofquirky.com. And I like to create that in my life, you know. I like to create a bubble, this bubble that I live in. So it's not like I don't understand what's going out in the big wide world, but it's like I've got this protection. Like, I've got my flat and I love it. It's like when I'm outside my flat, it's like everything's normal and quite boring to me. This is just my opinion. I know most people wouldn't think this, you know. It's kind of like people's homes, like even in the house is beautiful that I live in, you know. I live in the middle of a house and it is beautiful. It's very cozy, very warm, very inviting, and the best place I've ever lived in my life, other than I did like the place I lived with my parents when I was little, but you know, this is the best place I've ever lived. And the house is beautiful. It's an old house. It's lovely, like, gorgeous. But when you go through the rest of the house, you'll see it's quite adult. It's, you know, it's kind of like traditional, plain, sort of like browns, magnolias. You know, there's some quotes on the walls, but there's nothing, like, you know, behind me. I've got funky coloured curtains, which are actually here when I came, so they're not actually my curtains, but they suit my personality well already. You can see that there's pictures up there with like a heart with caricature sheep. There's other caricature sheep there, you know. I like having lots of colours, lots of kid-like stuff, and I just like having stuff around me. I don't like to live my birth certificate age, you know. I don't like to live bland. I don't like loads of space. I don't like the countryside. I used to live out there for years. I'm not really into countryside and nature. I'm into doing stuff and being very happy, very productive. And I love my life, you know. So despite all the problems that I counter, my problems are minimal compared to some people, you know. I've still, overall, even though I've got fibre, I've still got my health. And I do love my life, you know, and I see all the benefits. But in my old mindset, I used to see negatives, and I see positives now all the time, you know, and I'm really happy for that. Like I said, sometimes I need just a break, and, you know, that's why sometimes it's good just for me to watch a few movies, chill out, and switch off to the outside world. I like doing that. It's really important. And so that's why I do like having movie days at home or going to the cinema. It's really nice. But, you know, when you deal with hard times, I think you have to focus on the positive, because if you focus on the negative, it's just going to compound it, and it's just going to make it worse and worse and worse and worse. Grieve and get over that. You know, I can talk about it now. I couldn't even mention her name very often, really, but without crying last year. But I can mention it because I kind of reframe that now. I kind of think she's with me, and I kind of think it's just guiding me. My life is just, everything happens for a reason, I believe, you know, and I believe that all this stuff, like Chestnut dying, like, is guiding me into doing other things. It's like saying, focus on your career. You have no guinea pigs here now. You've got Angel still, which I pray she pulls through, but you haven't got any guinea pigs here now. You're not having any more, so you have to focus more on yourself and look after yourself more. So you have to take the intensity of self-care up a notch, which is good for you, you know. So you always have to see, like, positives in all situations, you know. It's like the money that I used to use for Chestnut, I can put towards my food or towards more caring for Angel's medical expenses in the future. So, you know, even though you should have E all day, I've got E all day every day, Heather. Have you not seen all my eels? I'm going to give you a quick tour. Let me show you. I don't know if I can show you all my eels, actually. Look, this is one of them. That's another Eeyore. I've got loads of cuddly toys, as you can see. Where have I got Eeyores here? Look, Eeyore, Eeyore, Eeyore. I got one hiding there. My friend gave me this for Christmas. It's a bit in darkness over here because I haven't got the light on in this area. You can see another Eeyore there. Oh, look, it's, ooh, that's just dropped down. There's an Eeyore picture there. And then I've got Eeyore up there. See? I have 3 Eeyores up there. And then what else do I have? Oh, I've got an Eeyore ear, which he's actually a bug. And then I have an Eeyore there, which has actually, it's supposed to be like a Christmas decoration, but I've just put it up all year round. And then I have more Eeyore's ear. Can you see? Like, it's dark in this area because I haven't got my fire optic. There's Bagpuss there. So I've got Eeyores there. Oh, and you know, this is if I put anything on. Let's see. So I put my lights on for you. Look, that's my tree that my dad bought me for Christmas. I've got another Eeyore here as well. I don't know if you can see him in the corner. Yeah, the tree makes a bit of a noise, which is why I don't usually put it on. But yeah, there's an Eeyore sat there. So I do have quite a lot of Eeyores, and I've always got this up. This is a Christmas card from years ago. It's got Frozen on it, and I just love it. So, and you can see all my 21st mindset stuff, you know. And this is my create the life you love. Oh, there's another Eeyore behind there. Sorry, he's hiding. See, there's another Eeyore. So yeah, I have a lot of Eeyores. I do collect them, and Have I got Eeyore on tonight? I think I have. Oh yeah, Eeyore dressing now, see? Eeyore with a star. So yeah, everyone should have an Eeyore life. Because when you have Eeyore, it just makes life so much better, see? So that's part, you know, I love living like a teenager. I don't live by social norms, you know? I just, you know, even one of my best friends tonight, he said, you're really, really, really young for your birth certificate age, you know? Which is why I like younger guys, you know, in a relationship, because I'm just nothing like my birth certificate age. I'm far too young. I'm far too young for most people, to be honest. Even guys in their 20s are like too old for me a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? They just don't like living the fun life. But I love it, you know. I go to theme parks when I can, zoos, aquariums. I just have an absolute blast with my life. And, you know, that's what you've got to do with your life. You can't change the outside world. You can't make people not rape and kill and all that stuff when it's out of your hands. Yes, if you're a law enforcement officer, police officer, or some, you know, some kind of thing like that, maybe you can help solve. And maybe if you see a crime, you can help it a bit, you know. But in general, a lot of the things that happen in the world are bad. It's nothing you can do about it. It's out of your hands. And if we dwell on it, you know, we just let that type of negativity and the evil stuff into our life, and we let it drain the life out of us. And it's so important not to do that. You know, it's so important to focus on the positive stuff, focus on what's good in your life, what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for. You know, it's best to live your life in a way that will make you completely happy. That's why I love my flat, because it's just full of, you know, it's full of young, fun kid stuff, you know, and why wouldn't that make you happy? I mean, lots of adults, I guess, wouldn't be happy with that, because it wouldn't be their cup of tea. But I couldn't live a boring life. I couldn't live a life where I just have monotone stuff, or things that are, you know, like, you know, that I don't know, browns and cream colours, and that's all they've got. You know, it's like when I go out of my room flat and go into other people's worlds, like the normal world, it's like I just see a lot of like blander colours and or more, I don't know, less kid-like stuff. And to me, there's no adventure in it, there's no play in it, there's no imagination that much in it, you know. It lacks oomph and creativity. It lacks a lot of colour. Or my mum's got quite a lot of colour stuff in her house though, which is nice, but it's still more adult, if you know what I mean. It's like in my flat, it's like a playtime. Like every day's like a play day for me. You know, and it's like, you know, and I just love it when I do my website designs, when I'm blogging and vlogging like this, and you know, I just really focus on all the positive stuff. So you have to understand that you can create pockets in life of love, pockets of happiness, pockets of goodness. And that's what you really have to focus on. You have to focus on your own world, your own life, and making these little bubbles and pockets of happiness by the way you treat other people and the way you can help people. You know, like that's why I do these vlogs, because I want to reach a global audience to help them in their life, you know, like asexuals predominantly, obviously, because that's what this channel's for. But on my channel, it's very different to a lot of channels. Like when people come on my channel, it's a lot of like personal development stuff I do, whereas a lot of other people just do straightforward asexual talk, really, a bit about their experiences. Some people focus on the more negative stuff that's said about asexuals. A lot they focus on that, and I just really like to focus on the more positive sides, or the ways that you can be more positive. You know, and I like to help you guys out, because it can be really difficult life, you know, and I've learned how to manage myself really well. So, you know, I know a lot of asexuals can get depressed, and that's why I'm doing this video, to show you that even though times can be really tough, and you know, you can go through trauma after trauma after trauma. That's what it's like with my guinea pigs. It's quite hard. It's quite traumatic all the time. But, you know, you just have to think that it makes you tougher, and it makes you stronger and more resilient. And, you know, there's good in everything. You know, like I find it weird that I find lumps so much. But it's kind of like good in a way, because it's kind of like I can save their life, or let them have a longer life than they would do under someone else that didn't notice these type of things. My mum says she definitely wouldn't have noticed it. So I'm hoping I've saved her. Oh, I'm glad you like the Eeyore tour, Heather. I haven't done that before. So I've actually got another thing in my hallway, which is an Eeyore painting as well, which is, I don't know if I can show you that actually. Let me see. Let me see if I can walk out of my room and show you that. It's like really dark because I haven't got the light switched on. So I have to switch the light on. Can you see that? Look, that's a picture. I've got to be careful in here because my housemates can hear over here. So I don't really speak that much. Oh man. Hello again. Yeah, so that's my other Eeyore stuff, but I usually do my lives in my bedroom because they can't hear me, my housemates, because I've got other people that live in the house, even though I don't, even though I live in my own flat in the middle, people can still hear outside there, so I don't tend to talk loudly out that way, but I can say what I like in my bedroom because it's really well soundproof. So yeah, so Eeyore's really important in my life. I love it. So, you know, it's just important to be you, to keep having fun in your life. And like I said, you know, you can't change the world, but you can make your own little bit of the world happier place. You can be in your own bubble. You can live in your own life, which is what you really have to do. You can't change other people. You can't stop all the destruction and bad stuff. All you can do is create some happiness in your own life and try and help those people around you to be happier. And focus on the good stuff, focus on all the good stuff in life, all the great friends you can make, all the experiences you can have. Like yesterday, I tell you something, right? I've got this Indian asexual guy, and he likes, I got referred to him, well, he got referred to me, shall I say, because he likes an older woman. And he's actually moving to the Germany, but he's not moving to the UK. And I said, that's no good. I need someone in the UK. And he said to me, well, I can be your online boyfriend if you want. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. I'm not interested in having an online long distance relationship with someone because I deserve better than that. I deserve someone who's here in person. He goes, oh, well, it's better than self-dating, isn't it? And I'm like, no, it's really not. I said, I would rather self-date and be single than have a relationship with a guy online, you know, that's just, you know, just for the sake of having a relationship. It's ridiculous. So no, I don't prefer a long distance relationship or online relationship with a guy to self-dating. Self-dating is really important for me. It's really important for my soul. I love taking myself out on dates, you know. Maybe I haven't got a guy, but I don't need a guy to make me happy. I can go and be my own guy. I can go and say, right, let's go out to dinner, Sandra. Let's go out for a movie. Let's go and do this, that, and the other. Let's have some fun and excitement in our life. And, you know, if I don't want to end up being with a guy that just make me miserable, that's not going to be as fun as me. You know, like, I really like my life. I don't get bored with myself. I love living it to the max. I love doing, having different experiences. And I think that's what you've got to do. You've got to create your own love for yourself, and you've got to create your own love for life, because life is not going to come along and just give you all the love and happiness you want just like that. You're going to have to work hard for it, and you're going to have to like choose your own happiness, if you know what I mean. You're going to have to choose to be happy and choose the things in your life, the people in your life, the experience in your life that make you truly happy. Because we, unfortunately, like I said, we can't change, you know, I can't change the fact that Angel's got a lump. You know, it'd be great if I could magic my fingers and it just disappears, but I can't. The only way it's going to disappear is by having an operation, which is very risky. But there's, you know, I have to let her go and do that. And whatever's meant to be will meant to be. And yes, I'll be worried. Yes, I'll be crying. Yes, I'll be upset. And I'll be hurting for all that time because I'll be so worried sick about her. But what can I do? There's nothing I can do other than the best I can. And I have to make a choice. And, you know, with the choice I made last time, it was hard. But, I mean, Chestnut was losing weight, which is why I was told the surgery would have been best for her. So, you know, I did the best I thought I could do. So, you know, in life, you just have to do the best you can do and make your own bubble of life. Make your own magnificent life, you know. We can't change everything, and not everyone, you know, while I can understand mankind destroying each other, you know, there's also the other side. There's also all the people that love each other, the people that help each other, the people that help sick people, the people that are taking good care of the elderly. You know, not everyone does, I know that, but, you know, the people that are loving, caring, giving, we need to focus on those people and hope they get more in the world. You know, they need more recognition. And, you know, there's a lot of beautiful things in life as well. You know, there's butterflies and flowers and beautiful, beautiful sun, and you know what I mean. There's a lot of good stuff in the world, but you just have to like kind of look out for it. I try to look out for good stuff. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful, helpful, insightful in some way. I'm sure you'll wish Angel good luck on Wednesday. Obviously, I'll be around doing live streams before then. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you've got any value, insight into it whatsoever. If you've had any aha moments like, in order to be happy, you've got to create your own bubble of happiness. That's a really, really, really good piece of advice, you know, if you actually think about it. You know, you can't change the world, so create your own bubble of world in your own life, you know. Create your own bubble, create your own happiness, focus on everything that makes you feel good, get good things into your life, good people in your life. You know, if you can't get good people in your life, then keep the bad people at bay and focus on yourself. Thank you. And making yourself happy in your life. Yeah, thank you, Heather. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And anyway, until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, Goat Geese. I know who you are, for tuning in. You're my really good friend. And I will see you on the next video or live stream. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon so you do get notified of every time I go live like now and post a new video. And don't forget, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, which I really, really appreciate. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. And if you want to make a donation to this channel, there is a donate button. Every penny helps. Any little amount, $1, £1 is all welcome. Really, really good. I'm still saving up for my printer. I've got about 60 more pounds to get, then I can get my new printer. And yeah, I love you to bits. Take care, everyone, and bye. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon. Bye.